everybody, so today I'm going to be reviewing Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. If you do not follow me on social media or do not follow me whatsoever besides YouTube, you probably have not noticed how much I love this book. I can say with complete confidence that this is my new favorite book, without a doubt. It is so fantastic and beautiful and wonderfully written, and Jamie, he's still in my head. Also, if you have not read Outlander, do not worry because this whole entire review is spoiler free, so feel free to stay for the rest of the video. If you do not know what Outlander is all about, I'll be giving you a brief summary, but for the real summary, the full summary and whatnot, go check the description box below. I'll be leaving it down below because I suck at summaries. Like, if you have not been watching my videos or any of my reviews before, I really never summarize the book because I always suck at it and I always end up spoiling it. And that's not good. Not good at all. So this book is about Claire Randall. Claire Randall is on her second honeymoon in Scotland with her husband Frank. But things take a turn for the crazy and the time-traveling crazy type stuff when she touches standing stones that are in the Scottish Highlands and she gets transported back in time to 1700 Scotland. Oh, this is so much fun! And here is where she goes on the adventure of a lifetime and meets Jamie. Jamie is my soulmate. I love him so much, and he wears a kilt, and he's so attractive, and he's so amazing. I just want to miss my boyfriend and husband. But guys, this book is honestly amazing, and if it does not sound that interesting to you, or you do not want to read the book, but watch it, it's also a television show on the Starz network, so go check it out. I love this show. It's my new favorite show, along with my new favorite book. It works out very well. But the second half of season 1 does not premiere for another 7 months. I am so frustrated by that. Well, I get it because they just wrapped up filming like a few days ago, so it's understandable, but they're making me wait. Like, the second half of this book is the best part of this book. Like, literally. Guys, this book is so action-packed from page 200 and on. You just have to get through the first 200 pages. Like, it's a very good book no matter what, but the first 1 to 200 pages can be a little bit dragging because it's setting up the whole entire storyline. So stick with it until the 200th page mark because then it gets so good. This book is a total of 600 pages, but do not let it intimidate you. Read it in sections. That's what I did. I read the first 200 pages a little bit before I read the rest of the book, and I read a book in between that, and then I just finished the rest and I loved it. It was so good, and you have to pace yourself sometimes if you do not normally read a book that's 600 pages long, but it's so worth it. Let's start off with Claire Randall. Claire is one of my favorite fictional characters I've ever read about. She never gets annoying in this book at all. She always has a reason for doing the things she does, and it's so cool watching her do it because she's really an empowering woman to watch and read about. She says this line in the book so many times and I just love it. She's like, Jesus H. Roosevelt Christ. I love that. I'm starting to use it now. And she is such a smart character. She's so smart, so intelligent. She knows all the history about Scotland and the war it had with like the Redcoats of England, and it is just so awesome watching your character kind of unravel and kind of adjust to the situation she's being put into what years in the past. Now we move on to Jamie, and Jamie is also equally as awesome as Claire. Jamie is such a unique but very mysterious character from the start. Like, he is a great guy, but you do not know the entirety of his story until you finish this book. And just reading about him, seeing him unravel as a character was just so heartbreaking, but then again, you could definitely see why his motives are for doing the things he does, and it's just so fascinating watching his character kind of develop throughout the story, and you kind of learn his story of why he is the way he is, and it is fascinating, but at the same time it's like, holy crap, you are a strong-ass character. Everybody pretty much knows this, so it's not a spoiler, but Jamie and Claire are in a relationship in this story. It doesn't happen right away, and that's what I love about it. This relationship doesn't start right off the bat. They don't look at each other and fall in love. It kind of adjusts and grows as the story moves on, and I love that about this book because normally in books, or a lot of the time in books that I've read in the past, the romance is right off the bat. There's always an attraction there, but this one, it takes a good couple hundred pages for it to adjust. I'm not going to tell you exactly how many pages it takes for them to, like, you know, Yeah, but I love that about this book, and you may want to go into this book being like, I want romance right off the bat. Well, wait for it, because it is so worth the wait, this romance, because it is truly fascinating, and it is truly so romantic, and it's not the typical romance. It really isn't. Claire, she grew up in the 1900s, early 1900s, and then Jamie grew up in the early 1700s, so they kind of have to adjust to this relationship because there's a time difference. There's also some really amazing supporting characters in this book, like Gillis Duncan, Colum, and Dougal Mackenzie. They are awesome supporting characters that you truly like to know about in this story because they're definitely important in it, but not as important as Claire and Jamie. Outlander is told from Claire's point of view, so you get to see the world how she sees it, and that's what I really enjoy about this book because it doesn't alternate points of views, and you really like reading it from Claire's point of view. Like, yes, sometimes I want it to be in Jamie's point of view because I want to know what he's thinking at certain points of this book, but ultimately, I really am happy it was just from Claire's point of view because sometimes in books that are especially 600 pages long, if it has more than one point of view, it can kind of get jumbled and very confusing. But honestly, Diana, the author of this book, she really kept it straightforward and really consistent, and that's what I loved about her writing. Her writing style is so unique because even in the slow parts, you wanted to read on because even if like they weren't really doing anything, you're still at the edge of your seat. You're still wanting to read more and more and more. And that was a struggle of this book because I had to do schoolwork, but there was Outlander to read. I got it done eventually. Another part of her writing style that I really enjoyed, stick with me on this because it's really difficult to like explain it, but the way she writes is the way Scottish people speak. So they use like Scottish terms and ways they would pronounce words, and I really, really enjoyed that about this book because I've read Scottish books, like books that take place in Scotland in the past, like for example The Falconer. I really enjoyed that book, but they didn't really use that much Scottish terminology, and I wish they did because then I feel like I'm really in the culture the characters are in, and I really enjoyed that about Outlander. And Jamie, I liked any lines he spoke in this book. Every single one of them. Honestly, Outlander is probably one of the first adult books I've read, and I've read some adult books before, but nothing this big. It's 600 pages long, so I'm really happy I picked it up because now I'm going to be reading the rest of the series, which is a course of 8 books. 8 books, guys. They age from in their 20s to their 60s in 8 books. How cool is that? But guys, the ending of Outlander. Whoa, that was a really weird transition, but guys, the ending of Outlander, oh my gosh. It was crazy. It was, holy, I'm still mind blown. Like, oh, I had to put the book down sometimes because this book, it's very graphic at certain points, but that's what I like about it because it does not sugarcoat situations that people may be in. It does not really, I'm holding my pocket, Jamie, by the way, if you're wondering what I have in my hand, but it does not sugarcoat situations that people won't normally sugarcoat in that day and age, or even this day and age. And yes, it made me cringe at some points. It made me want to put down the book for a good 5 minutes before I picked it up and read it again, but it kept me reading, and it was very, very thorough at that. Look, it's Jamie Fraser. So attractive. Now I know why this book has so much hype about it, because it is just so fantastic, and I recommend it to any of you guys out there who wants to read it. Well, mostly anybody. It is an adult book, so I say wait until you're, I don't know, if you're an advanced reader and you're 13, go ahead and read it, but just tread carefully. There is some very sexually graphic scenes that, fangirling! Oh, the feels. And there's also some very graphic scenes regarding bloodiness and the situation some of these characters were put in. But ultimately, I say it's a must-read for any of you readers out there because I'm in love with it and I cannot wait to read Dragonfly and Amber. Okay, so I would have to give Outlander a 5 out of 5 stars. It was just so spectacular and just amazing. And make sure you guys go check out the show, which is on the Starz Network, because it is equally fantastic. And it's so accurate to the books, like so accurate. It's just so wonderful, and it needs to come back sooner, not on April 4th, like February 4th. Please, I need my weekly dose of Sam Hegan, who plays Jamie. I actually have a picture of his butt saved on my cell phone. No shame. No shame! You know, no shame whatsoever. So that is it for my Outlander book review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure you stay tuned for more of my book reviews coming to you very soon. And I'm sorry if I have not been posting that many book reviews recently, just there's been a lot of college stuff going on, and more college stuff going on, and school stuff, and it's just been very hectic. So just stick with me, and I'll get more reviews out to you guys very soon. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! That was my attempt at a Scottish accent. Nailed it.
Sing me a song of a lass that is gone. Say, could that lass be I?